A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant ruling on Friday, a federal judge in Washington sided with the Trump administration, allowing immigration agents to conduct enforcement operations at houses of worship, at least for the time being. This decision comes despite a lawsuit filed by a coalition of over 24 Christian and Jewish groups who argued that the new policy infringes upon their religious freedoms. U.S. District Judge Dabney Friedrich denied the plaintiffs' request for a preliminary injunction, stating that they lacked the legal standing to sue. The judge noted that there have been only a limited number of immigration enforcement actions in or near churches and other places of worship, and thus, there was insufficient evidence to suggest these locations were being deliberately targeted. The plaintiffs, who represent millions of Americans, expressed their disappointment with the ruling. Kelsey Corcoran, the lead counsel for the religious groups, emphasized their ongoing concern regarding the implications of the policy on First Amendment rights and the Religious Freedom Restoration Act. Since the Trump administration took office, there has been a notable decline in attendance at places of worship, with some areas reporting double-digit percentage drops. However, Judge Friedrich determined that the evidence presented did not convincingly link these declines directly to the enforcement policy, suggesting instead that congregants may be avoiding church services to steer clear of potential encounters with immigration and customs enforcement, in their neighborhoods. The judge pointed out that simply reversing the policy would not guarantee that immigrants would feel safe returning to places of worship. The controversy stems from a directive issued by the Trump administration on January 20th, which rescinded a long-standing Department of Homeland Security policy that limited immigration arrests in protected areas such as schools and places of worship. The new directive allows field agents to use their discretion in conducting enforcement operations at these sites without needing prior approval from a supervisor. The plaintiffs highlighted specific incidents of enforcement, including an arrest at a church in Georgia and surveillance activities near faith-based sites. Despite these claims, the judge concluded that the evidence was insufficient to warrant a halt to the policy. This ruling is part of a broader legal landscape as Trump's immigration policies face scrutiny in courts across the country. On the same day as this ruling, another judge allowed the administration to require undocumented individuals to register with the government, while the Supreme Court ordered the administration to address the case of a man wrongfully deported to El Salvador. While the plaintiffs were dealt a setback in this case, they still have the opportunity to pursue their legal challenges. The ruling raises questions about the potential risks faced by religious congregations under the current administration's immigration policies. Judge Friedrich's decision indicates that, for now, there is no clear pattern of enforcement actions targeting places of worship. However, the ongoing discussion around these policies reflects deep divisions within the country regarding immigration enforcement and religious rights. The outcome of this case could have lasting implications for how immigration laws are enforced in sensitive locations, and whether religious institutions will continue to serve as safe havens for undocumented individuals. As the legal battle continues, religious groups remain steadfast in their commitment to protect their rights and the sanctity of their worship spaces. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.